Alrighty, everybody, and we are here. It's Bristol, baby. We are running some cup cars here this evening, and it is gonna be a heck of a run here for the High Velocity Racing League Cup Series. We got 250 laps, 3 additional sets of tires, no fast repairs, and stages laps 62 and 126 on the high banks of Bristol, the Coliseum. Moser, it's going to be an interesting night.
Oh yeah, I mean, this track is crazy. Only being a half mile with the high bankings, it's a very tricky track, and I'm expecting a super packed, action-packed race with these guys going 250 laps here. I mean, it's a long time, a lot of seat time in these cars, and it's a very hard track to master. So I'm expecting there to be a lot of interesting twists and turns as we go through this one.
And not the usual suspects at the top of the leaderboard so far. Joe Hudson posting the fastest lap so far. Take a look at the tower. We got a 14.25 from Hudson. Kevin Frey, he is second fastest right now. He's out on track running some laps. He's got a 14.26. And then behind him, Eugene Hawk, third fastest with a 14.29. Those top 3 could be quick, but it is tight quarters here on this half-mile high bank track, and very easily could see somebody slip up and find themselves in the inside wall, ruining their night.
It don't take long, that's for sure. And I believe Frey was your pick tonight, correct?
Frey was my pick tonight. I did not know Hudson was good at the high banks here at Bristol. 14.25 is a good time for these cup cars. About 400ths faster than Hawk, so he's quick.
Oh yeah. It's he's been kind of quiet this year. I haven't seen a whole lot from him, so I'm excited to see what he can do tonight. And I'm super excited to see what these guys can pull off of these short tracks. But I'm expecting there isn't going to be a clean car at the end of this thing for sure. There's going to be at least a couple bumps and scrapes for everybody. It's hard to go here without doing it once or twice.
I was going to say, I can tell you right now, I know whoever wins this race is going to hope that it's clean, but at the end of the day, they got to get through 13 drivers, 12 other drivers in order to get their way to the front of the field. And it's going to be a hard task to do. Got some good drivers here in this Cup Series.
Yeah, lots of talent, plenty of talent. Nice thing about the short tracks, though, is if you lose the front, you're not very far behind, but that can also either be a blessing or a curse. Not great when you hit a yellow flag and you come up on an incident really fast, as Bryce was kind of bringing up in the pre-show. It's tricky. Yeah. You don't want to accidentally come up on someone and have to slam on your brakes or accidentally give yourself damage by avoidance. So definitely is going to be interesting. So I'm hoping these guys are able to keep it pretty clean, and we have a very low incident season so far. So hopefully this doesn't ruin it.
Speaking of Bryce, he's gotten himself a 14.29, so he's pulled even with Hawk, but it's just a touch behind him by thousandths of a second. So he is 4th fastest. Hunter Young showing 5th fastest so far. He's not out on track right now. Your Daytona winner, Jose Mercado, he is running 6th fastest so far, so he's getting some good laps in there with a 14.34. And one thing to note, we are running the dual pits, so you pit on the lane that you are pitting, your pit box is on. You don't have to go all the way around through pit road, going down the back stretch and then into the front stretch pits. So that is going to play not too much of a factor, because with 13 drivers rather, excuse me, it's, we're all on that one pit lane, so that's a positive here.
Yeah, if we had 40 guys, we'd have to be on on each side, one on the back stretch, one on the front stretch, and then that would be unfortunate for some. And I mean, there's strategy with everything, but I think we're all going to be in one lane, so it should be business as usual, I would assume.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see what happens. Everybody is ready to go here. We got qualifying about to begin. and we will see who first will find their way onto pit road as qualifying has begun. Let's see. Bryce, the first one on pit road. The first one out, also the 12. You know, this track has two lanes really through the corners. You got the high line, which you're able to carry that momentum down the front straightaway and the back straightaway, but the bottom is going to be interesting as well. You're able to, you know, get the shortest way around the track. Bryce, first one out here, he will be completing his first lap here very quickly. Lap time's not too terribly long, so we don't have to wait that long to see who's going to be getting it. Kevin Frey starting on the pole with a 14.35. Bryce with a 14.67. He's staying on the high side, trying to carry that momentum and get into the rhythm. Second lap. Oh, Bryce barely keeping it off the wall, I think. Yes, he does. A 14.52 the second lap for the 12. Not going to put him on the pole. Frey still holds the pole with a 14.35. Martin out on track right now. And no, he's coming down pit road. Mercado gets himself up into third. Bryce Tucker out on track right now.
It's kind of one of those unfortunate things about these short tracks is those tiny little mistakes when you're trying to qualify make a huge difference.
Yeah, Tucker jumps up to P3 with a 14.47. Hunter Young running a lap right now. That will put him 14.60. That's going to be 8th. This is his second lap now. Let's see what he's able to do. Staying on the high line. High risk, high reward. Carries the momentum off the corner. And second lap, not going to be quicker. Joe Hudson's out there right now. Happy puts down a 14.68. Hudson, this should be his first lap. And it is a 14.71 for the first lap for the 49. And second time around here, off of 4. 14.41. That's going to put Hudson up to P2. The only one not putting down a lap is Wilder.
Seems to me like that exit of turn 4 is going to be a real problem for some of these guys tonight, especially if they're running high.
Yeah, it's going to be tough here. And trying to see. We still got a couple minutes left in qualifying, but it looks like everybody's gone and gotten their lap. So I feel like the field is set here. The stage is set for this 250 lap dance, and it's gonna be interesting with the 82 of Kevin Frey leading him to the green flag for the first time.
Yeah, Frey and Hudson up there 1 and 2, and they had the fastest laps in practice, so they're definitely going to be the ones to watch tonight, I feel like.
And Hawk was third fastest in practice as well, so he's going to find himself near the front as well. So that's the top 3 in practice and the top 3 in qualifying. That's very telling, and Bryce talked about it. This track is a very much rhythm track. You got to find your way into that rhythm. So green flag runs are going to be very critical, but mistakes are going to happen. I mean, everybody's prone to mistakes here on the short track, and it'll only take 1 or 2 big mistakes for their night to be done. So you got to be careful.
Or just one. Yeah, I mean, it could only take one. If you blow a motor and you hit that wall dead smack on, that's done. There's 0 fast repairs. So you got to be gentle with these cars around here for sure. But yeah, those top 3 have set them up really well in qualifying to have a good run here tonight. And I'm super excited. I think it's going to be action packed. I don't think there's going to be a lap where isn't anything happening.
Yeah, I agree.
That's usually the case at these short tracks,
Well, and like Bryce alluded to in the pre-race and the podcast, I mean, you really only have a few laps if you're in the lead to get away from everybody and not be in traffic before all of a sudden you're at the tail end of the field. and you're lapping people, and then you got to deal with that lap traffic and try to, you know, navigate it as fast as you can. I mean, the faster you get through it, the better. But that is going to conclude the qualifying session, and we will get ready to jump into our race session. But man, oh man, 250 laps here. It's going to be a doozy of a race.
A lot can happen. Yeah, absolutely. I think the key is going to be when you come into that lap traffic, how you can adapt your racing lines to fit where that lap traffic is going and be able to make it around them safe and fast. It's going to be a major key.
It will. I'm just waiting on a few
Glad we have
drivers.
Trading Paints working tonight.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I know. What a
Makes
wild,
a huge difference.
Yeah, not having to guess who the car is without the Trading Paints, because, you know, we've been used to the same paint schemes over and over and over again. So
okay, so real quick, as well,
a couple guys switching it up tonight, but for the most part, and even numbers,
style,
you know, if you don't have the numbers set right,
dog,
then it
will
showed up
need to
differently
announce,
last week. So
if you are the lucky dog,
it'll be a lot better.
We will extend the pace laps by 1 lap, but you will need to call that you're a lucky dog, and then everybody else will pit as normal. And then the lucky dog can pit. But if you're a lucky dog and then you pit, you will go back a lap down. So we will extend the caution.
Gentlemen will have 3 tire sets tonight as well. We'll see. They're definitely going to need all 3. I have no doubt.
Try to survive.
Yep. So
and 250 laps. Oh, yeah, hey, there you are.
Sir. All right, 250 laps.
Happy going over it right now.
52 and 125. 125 to the second stage.
Did we ever figure if it was 1 pit road or we can pit off a 4?
You can pit off a 4.
Quickly running through the lineup here. Kevin Frey leading him to the green flag tonight in the 82. And then you got Joe Hudson, P2 in the 49. You got Bryce Tucker Eugene Hawk in P3 in the 40. Bryce Tucker in the 11 starting 4th. You got Jose Mercado in the 41 in 5th. Bryce Fontaine in the 12 starts in 6th. C.D. Mangrum on the inside in 7th in the 9. Colton Lanford starts in 8th position. Hunter Young starting 9th in the 77. Alan Martin starting in 12th. Excuse me. I missed Mike Marini and Sean Happick. Happick in 10th and Marini in 11th. Rounding out the field, Sean Wilder. The drivers are about to come to the green flag here in just a moment, though, and we are going to go racing. Here we go. Green flag flies in the air as they go ripping off of turn number 4. Kevin Frey leading him to the green flag. And quickly out to the lead goes Joe Hudson, showing the might of that high line. And it is the 49 holding the point for now. Bryce Tucker finds his way into 2nd position with Kevin Frey on the inside trying to find his way to the high line. I would imagine that is where most of the pace will be, as Tucker, with a great run off of turn number 4, will find his way back to the lead here again. Good pass from Tucker. And right behind him, don't look now, your points leader, the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine.
Yeah, that high line is definitely looking fast right now. And you're seeing these guys kind of start to fall in place. Oh.
Contact. Oh, hard contact for Happy.
I'm sorry, man, but I don't know.
Yellow.
And the yellow flag is out. Hunter Young getting involved in something there as well.
I didn't have nowhere to go, Bry.
Not sure exactly what happened to the 77.
As they say, that's Bristol, baby.
And looks like Wilder and Young getting a little bit of contact there. And right after that, Young loses it off of 4 and spins it out. And I think that's really all that happened. Damage for Wilder, damage for Tucker.
Again, Tucker, I'm sorry. I'll have to go back and watch it, but I know I was riding the high line, but I cut low.
Yeah, Sean's definitely going to have some front end
damage. I don't know
from
if I came
that.
up or you came down, or we met in the middle or what, but that was not intentional.
Hopefully not a race ender for anybody. We only made it, 3 laps? 2 laps? Yeah. Hate to see it. But these short tracks, they're tricky.
They are.
Man, I went down the wrong pit road.
It's one of those unfortunate things. You're just so packed together that you know, if anything happens in front of you, you have almost no time to react, and if you lock up the brakes, then you almost run the risk of going in all kinds of directions and smashing the wall and making yourself more damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Tucker and Happy and Young. Looks like Young had to tow to pit road. I didn't really see that much damage on the 77.
Oh, have a good night, guys.
Apparently he had
I'm taking Highline
big
here.
damage. I don't know.
Hopefully he's not out.
It sounded to me like he was leaving, so
Oh wow,
I didn't think
that's very unfortunate.
I didn't think he had that. Didn't look like he got that much damage out of that, but maybe there was more to the situation than that. Not sure.
Yeah, I mean, none of that. The worst to me that looked like who got the most would be Happy getting into the back of the number 11 of Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker's still
Just
sitting on pit road
loose.
there as well, but not really sure what happened there with the 77, but
Sorry, I'm
we
frozen
saw him
back.
Sean kind of thinking that he was going to go around him and try and slow down, and then somehow the 77 kind of got up a little bit, thinking that he was just going to slow up in time, and then they kind of connected there.
it looked like he was
Maybe
just. It looked like he was just trying to get away from making any contact with anybody, but it is going to be Bryce leading him back to the green flag here, and into the Geico restart.
Green flag.
Ripping away goes the 12, the bottom, with a big checkup off the restart, and that's going to allow Kevin Frey to get himself into the second position as well. Talking about rhythm earlier on, that's going to play a big factor here. Can they get into a rhythm and get through all these laps? That's really the key. Getting into that rhythm, getting into the, keeping that momentum up for your car and grind out these laps.
Yeah, a lot of the drivers talk about when they're running here, they kind of get into the trance of Bristol where you're just running lap after lap. And I mean, it's almost identical. I think, is it Tier 1 and 2 are a little bit longer, just a hair bit longer than 3 and 4, but you're just running these monotonous laps and for so long that it just becomes second nature if you're not in traffic. But when you're in traffic, I mean, you got to watch yourself all the time. Get that rhythm down and figure out where everybody's moving. Try and keep your tires cool.
And now that Bryce is out to the point, he is driving away, as is Frey. Frey out only a half a second behind Bryce, but he's gotten himself a decent-sized lead over P3 and Lanford, out to almost a full second from second to third. So looks like a decent battle here for third, as Eugene right there trying to battle with Lanford, trying to get by the 25. He's on the back bumper, dives to the inside trying to get by him. Good battle here so far for these two. The momentum from the 25 on the high side is going to keep him in the third position for now, but Hawk not ready to concede it and trying to get by. A little bit of a bobble there is going to allow the 25 to hold on to the position, though.
That's some good side-by-side running. It would be... I hate running side-by-side at narrow tracks like this. It always makes me super nervous.
That was a big dive down into the corner by Hawk. He's going to have a good run off. He's going to have to make the pass here, though. Gets a good run again and is able to make the pass off of 4. That's going to put the 40 into P3. Back up front, though.
Great battle.
We got a battle for the lead now, too. As Frey has chased down the 12, he is right there within 2/10, trying to find a way around him. And so far has just been riding in the tire tracks of Bryce. In a good spot, though. Any kind of bobble from Bryce is going to give the 82 a chance by. And Bryce changes his line. He runs high this time through 3 and 4 and is able to keep that momentum up off of 4, keeping that lead and that gap right around that 2/10. back for
Yeah,
fourth.
Frey's definitely. Oh, go ahead.
You know, Frey, go ahead. Talk about Frey real quick. We'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say Frey would definitely want to get around Bryce here soon before they start getting up to lap traffic if he wants to get that lead.
And looking back like I was about to for the fourth position, we got Lanford and Mercado battling, a battle of Valvoline paint schemes here this evening. You got Lanford on the high line, Mercado on the inside trying to make the pass. So far, it's been a pretty even battle for a few laps back and forth. Lanford keeps getting right up on that wall and, oh, makes contact, almost coming down into Mercado. Mercado able to keep it going. Lanford able to keep it going. There's the pass completed for Mercado up to P4. The crossover. Oh, and contact, and around goes Mercado.
My bad, Mercado.
Big time
I
contact.
thought you were going to go high.
And the caution is out on lap
I gotta
26.
check up hard to let the pace car by.
That one looked like that hurt.
Yeah, he got up
That
on
wasn't,
two
that
wheels.
wasn't a sorry moment. That was
Yeah.
a hard hit.
His
You
booty
knew
is
I
not
was
feeling
running the
good.
bottom line.
That was a hard shot for the 41.
Yeah, dude, I am so sorry. I thought you were going to go high.
Luckily, I
would
don't
take full
think,
blame for that one.
hoping not any engine damage, but definitely some suspension work for the guys in the pits.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't even run a lap on the high side. Not even qualifying on the high side. But all good.
Here goes Tucker around getting his lap back. One of his 17 that he is down right now. So that's a lot of laps. A lot of laps down for Tucker, but that's what happens when you have big time damage.
At least he's able to still run, though, because if anybody else, unfortunately, goes out, he'll be able to make those laps up eventually once we get later into this race. And who knows, maybe he'll be able to battle his way back through.
And Lanford down pit road. I don't know if he's got too much damage. Shouldn't have been terrible. Mercado will be the one that we'll have to watch.
Will be taking top on the
He
restart.
had a big time shot to the wall. So I would imagine he's going to be there repairing damage for a bit. Happy also looking to repair some more of that damage from the first incident of the night.
Yeah,
We can go
and
back-
that's good for him. He's
Well-
hoping for that.
We'll go back and take a look at this Mercado incident here as well a little bit more. And, you know, we saw the crossover come in as Lanford comes down to the inside trying to get by Mercado. Has the nose inside of the 41, but still, yeah, it's a tough call there for Lanford. I mean, I think he's expecting Mercado to maybe run higher because that's more of a preferred line, but it is a hard shot into the outside wall for the 41.
It's telling me to stay behind you. Sorry.
Yeah, crazy
Tell
bounce
me to
for the
wait.
41 there.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he thought he was clear, and he came down into him a little bit, thinking that he was able to get back down to that bottom line.
Well, and Jose even said, you know, he's run all of his laps there on the bottom. So I mean, he's expecting to be able to get himself into the position on the bottom. But here we go, green flag back out, and again the high line getting a great jump as Hudson is able to find his way from fourth out to second in behind of Bryce. That's going to put Kevin Frey back to the third position. Eugene Hawk in fourth. And a little bobble from Kevin Frey there in the background as we saw. And Bryce already out to a 0.3 of a second lead, but Hudson is closing that distance quickly. Hudson was fastest in practice and trying to find his way back to the lead here in the race. Looking for battles through the field. Nothing really jumping out at me right now. We do have one here as Mercado and Wilder are battling for 8th. Mercado able to get by the 99. So that damage not too severe for the 41 as he is still able to make some passes going on here in the mid-pack.
Yeah, luckily aero damage doesn't affect you too much at these short tracks. It's more the engines and suspension that you're really wanting to stay intact.
I just was worried about the suspension damage there with how hard of a shot he took to the backside of the car. But there is a battle for second brewing, and really a battle for the lead. And oh man, Hudson almost getting contact with the back with the 12 rather. And another caution is out. Did not see what happened. Happy slow right now, so maybe something with the 52. We'll take a look at that real quick. Happy and Tucker making contact here, looks like. Tucker trying to race for laps, for some of his laps back, and makes contact with Happy. Shot to the outside wall for the 11, and Happy a little bit more of a shot there too. So
those two must have a magnetic attraction to each other tonight.
not sure what happened with Tucker there. Saying he crashed and showing a few other guys slowing down. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think everybody's okay. Everybody else is okay, so hopefully that's the case. But nonetheless, we are on our third caution so far, and we have we're all just a little over halfway through the first stage. So again, that stage will be coming out here on lap 62, I believe I said before.
Yeah, 62. Yep, 62 and 125 are the two stages. Yeah, hopefully we're able to get some more green flag runs going and be able to get these guys in a good pace. We had one going there.
Yeah, it was a decent run.
These guys still feeling the track out.
Taking top again.
That was a decent run, and Bryce taking the top again here. He has been very dominant. Honestly, the high line has been dominant all over. I mean, everybody who has been on the high side has had a really good jump. So we'll see if he's able to continue that. Hudson had a good run last time, but now he's finding himself on the inside of the front row. And the beneficiary of being behind the leader is going to be the 40 of Hawk. Will he be able to get that same jump that we've seen, Frey so far and Hudson both get on that high side? That's exactly what he's looking to do. The 5 of Alan Martin also looking to do so in the third row.
They've been able to generate some good runs up there, and Bryce is kind of capitalizing that he got some good practice last night running in a different league with a race here at Bristol. So he's definitely taking what he learned yesterday and using that today.
And green flag flies. The jump not as good. Hudson with a great restart, keeping himself in striking distance of the 12. Kevin Frey falls back to the 4th position. Now back to 5th as Mangrum gets by him as well. Bryce with a great jump. Hudson falling back. He's got Hawk to the outside. The 40 trying to challenge for second. And so far, side by side for those two. Mangrum is able to hold off Frey, but Frey finally getting to the outside. And really, he's actually staying on the bottom. I thought he might be trying to stay on that outside line. Seems to be the more preferred line, but Frey in 5th is continuing to drive down to the bottom and deep into the corners. Hawk able to complete the pass for second. Mangrum now trying to challenge for 3rd and also for 2nd as Hawk is still holding it, but now Mangrum in the 9 ready to challenge for 2nd. He dives to the inside off of turn number 4. Mangrum, great run, is able to get himself into P2.
Yeah, definitely somebody we haven't seen much of tonight. He's all of a sudden just come alive and has a great run. Definitely asserting himself as one of the top players this year so far.
And now Hawk and Hudson are battling for 3rd. Hawk still with a slight advantage, but now Hudson and Frey challenging both of them. They're trying to push their way by the 40. They were fast in practice, trying to assert that here in the race. Lap 47 ticks by. 3rd through 6th, all here under a blanket.
Can we please stop wall banking?
And we see Mercado right in the background of these three battling, but now side by side again, the 49 and 40. They are staying in step with each other. As Mangrum runs away from him, trying to chase down Bryce. The gap down underneath 0.8, but it seems like it's kind of hovering between 0.8 and 0.9 as Bryce gets good runs off of corner exit. So Hudson finally gets by Hawk. Frey also getting by Hawk. And that leaves the 40 and 41 to battle it out for 5th. Mercado going to try to challenge them on the high side. He's got the quarter panel, and now there goes Mercado around the outside. A great pass for 5th. Now Lanford trying to challenge the 40 as well. 10 laps until stage end. Bryce still out to a good lead. Hudson starting to close the gap from 3rd to 2nd. He has that down under 0.4. Lanford's going to get by Hawk as well. That's going to put Hawk all the way back to the 7th position off this restart. And now we have only a handful of laps left in this first stage. And Mangrum starting to close the gap just a bit, down under half a second. He can see that 12 getting bigger out the front out of the windshield.
Yeah, they're definitely putting the heat to Bryce up there up front. We talked about how important stage points were and how much that can make a difference. So definitely going to be racing for every point they can get in those stages tonight.
Hudson battling here for 2nd. He might have the pass, and he does complete it. Mangrum falling back to 3rd. All that battle does is push Bryce's advantage out a little bit more. Will Hudson be able to chase down the 12 before the end of the stage? He does not have very much time left to do that. 2 more laps until pit road is closed.
Those laps do go by very fast.
14, 15-second laps, they go by real quick, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Flying.
Looking for battles. Doesn't seem like there's anything super close. Closest one is this one for the lead. Here comes Hudson. He is there.
Definitely shown himself to be a good short track racer, and he is.
That is on
coming
me.
in
I hit
hot.
the wrong button, boys, and it is stage. Hit the wrong button. That's what happens. Trying to do too many things at once.
Hey.
You did it last time.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I did do it last week, so yeah, it does happen. Yeah, I would have liked to see if Hudson would have been able to get him.
It would have been interesting.
I think he might have had it. But yeah, accidents do happen. We are human. I'm guilty of it myself.
Is there a speed limit?
Back there in Kansas, 2nd stage, I think is when I did it. Gonna put some fresh tires on, you think? I would imagine so. Get 3 tonight. I'm sure this place is gonna be eating them up.
Wilder,
I don't have a ton of experience at Bristol, though.
Wilder stayed out, so I'm strategy there for the 99.
He did pit earlier, so maybe he got his tires and fuel then, and he's hoping to make up some time.
Nope, he missed pit road, I think. So he's going down now.
Oh, going down now. Gotcha.
Well, let's grab our stage winner real quick. Hey, Bryce. Jason Moser up in the booth. You got a copy.
Hello.
Hello. It's Bristol, baby.
Hey,
Hey,
it's
Bristol,
Bristol,
baby.
baby.
How you feeling out there so far through the first stage?
I feel pretty good. Apart from my PC having a brain freeze and got into the wall under caution and got some damage. But other than that, feeling pretty good. The race tonight has such a different pace than what it had last night, and I don't think I really ran the bottom at all apart to make passes last night, and it seems like I'm glued there tonight. So Yeah. Give me 1 second. I am picking it up. Yeah, man, it feels good though. I'm hearing some chaos back there, but nonetheless, it's like you said, it's Bristol. It's short track racing. It's fun, and you know, we got looks like 237 laps left, if my math is correct.
Something like
So
that.
I'm just ready to get it over with.
Yeah, well, they tick by quickly. We were talking about that before. 14, 15-second laps when under race pace. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to go by quick. But, yeah, we'll let you get back down there. I see you're with another team this evening, so good luck for the second stage here.
My bad.
Thank you.
Yep, good luck, buddy. I kind of wondered that. I saw him get into the wall a little bit under pace, and I was like, I wonder if I thought he was messing with his stream or something maybe, but yeah, I guess a little computer glitch there. Doesn't seem to be affecting him too much.
No, not too much. I mean, like you said, aero damage isn't the end-all be-all here. So, but here we go. Bryce on the top line again has Mangrum behind him. Let's see the jump.
Green flag.
Good jump for Bryce. Mangrum and Hudson will be side by side off of turn 2. And there goes the 9 and the 40 flying by the inside lane. As Hawk finds his way into 3rd. There goes Frey by for 4th. And Hudson will start to fall back a little bit, but it seems like he's been able to maintain tires throughout. We'll see what he's able to do here in the second stage.
Something about those Fords, man, at short tracks, they're just really good there. I don't know exactly what it is, if it's a torque curve or something. They're just able to keep their tires good.
Well, how about this
Runs
battle
really
between
well.
Toyotas for the lead, though? Look at that, Mangrum, rather, finding his way to the lead.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yellow is out as there is a accident in the back, and it is Wilder getting involved with this one. We'll jump back to that real quick and see what happened.
Gotta imagine CD would have really liked to get
Pace
extend
car
his
going
lead
into
there and not
turn
have to
3.
start a restart where Bryce has been so strong
Picking
at.
up.
Yeah, he's going to have the control. He's in the lead here. Wilder, this looks like maybe getting loose off a corner exit. Yeah, loose and hitting the wall going into the corner, into the next corner. So that's going to put the 99 into some damage issues as well. But Mangrum,
Yeah, I think he's been struggling with that a little bit.
Mangrum will have control of the field on this restart, so we shall see what
Hopefully they're able to
is able
get
to
the
do.
groove.
Well, that's
Yeah. He seems to have been like in the bottom, it seems.
He's been on the bottom. He's had some time on the top as well, but yeah, Mangrum has been able to utilize the bottom and able to make some passes happen, but it's like I said, it seems like the high line is king as far as for the restarts anyway. It definitely could go the other way. I mean, I don't know if he's going to try to take the inside with being the control car or if he will take the high side. Hudson's coming down pit road. And Mercado also came down pit road. No damage, it looks like, on the 49. 41 probably. He's taking tires. He's got right sides up right now.
Gotta imagine Tucker's loving this, getting some of his laps back.
Yeah, he is now, I think it said 34 laps down. Best way to do it is look at this one. Yeah, Tucker, he's 34. Remember he got that second incident there, so he's got a lot of laps down now.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. I didn't think of that. I forgot about that second incident.
But he's
Good grief.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean, you have to repair a lot of damage or whatever, and you lose a lot of time sitting there on pit road.
Well, yeah, these short tracks, I mean, you know, it don't take long for that pace car to come back around.
Exactly.
Or especially if they're, heaven forbid, under green flag and you have to pit. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, race speed is 14, 15, maybe 16 seconds per lap. I mean, it's not that much longer when they're going under pacing. So,
yeah. So you're going, what, 50 here, I think?
I think it's 45 or 50, yeah. Not sure. So here we go. Mangrum in control. Pace car dives off onto pit road, into the restart zone. Mangrum with a good jump. Frey also gets a good jump. That could put the 82 Nope, never mind. Bryce getting a good run into 1 and 2. He's able to make it work. Sticks it down there on the bottom and gets by Frey into second. Mangrum still out in the lead, though. But for how long? Bryce is there lurking, looking for a hole. Quickly, though, the gap starting to get not out of hand, away, but it is getting away from Bryce. Mangrum able to stretch it out to almost 4/10, just a couple laps in. Frey now challenging for second, looking to the inside of the 12.
I imagine CD's hoping that they just battle it out back there and he can stretch this out.
That's a great run there on the inside from Frey as he's able to make it work. Gets into the second position by Bryce. Back a little farther, Martin and Happy side by side.
Sorry, Hawk.
Right in front of them, Hawk and Lanford were battling, and a little bit of contact as Hawk is able to come away unscathed and get away from him. But now right back to the inside goes the 25. This battle right behind stage 1 winner. And Lanford dives deep on that corner, is still not clear of the 40, but also now has the 12 to his outside. And a good battle, 4 cars deep here from 3rd all the way back to 6th. Happy trying to insert himself into that battle as well. And all the while, CD Mangrum and Kevin Frey pull away. These two out over a second and a half ahead of this battle for 3rd. And Lanford able to complete the pass for the 3rd position as Bryce falls to 4th. Now getting pressure from Hawk and Martin.
Mangrum and Frey just gotta be loving this. Lanford, though, definitely one to watch. I did not have him pegged as a short track driver, but I'm glad to see him. Oh,
Called that one.
oh,
Yellow flag is out.
I'm up high. I'm just letting you know.
There's been a lot of
Big checkup going into the turn.
there's been a lot of
gotta take her 3 wide at Bristol, baby.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of sparks coming off of Hawk, and he wasn't even on the wall. Looks like this might be, I mean, this is definitely a netcode thing, because I
think it's netcode.
It's definitely a netcode thing. If you look at it from the far chase here, I mean, he is not even close. Not even.
I could tell watching the
close.
broadcast, like he wasn't even close to Fontaine's rear end.
Look at the gap between these two when it happens. I mean,
you could see. I mean, it's huge. It's huge. Definitely netcode.
I mean, he's already into him there. Look, I mean, look at the rear end of the 12.
Lucky dog going high.
I know. It's not even. Oh, but that's probably gonna end Hawk's night because I think he blew that motor for sure.
He hammered the inside wall for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna be out. That's unfortunate. He had pace. Ugh, this netcode, man. It ruins people's days so often, and I feel so bad for him.
He just barely avoided hitting Marini as well in that situation. So yeah, no.
Sean was able to slide through though.
It doesn't sound like he's done though, because well, maybe he is. I don't know. The car does seem like it's not going very, very quick.
That hood slam, man. That looked like a big impact. Oh, well, maybe
He's still running.
I don't know. It's running. That's something. Maybe he's able to lip it around, but I don't think he's gonna have very much speed though. I'm sure it's gonna hinder it somewhat.
He's definitely going to have some sort of engine damage of some sort there. It may not be completely terminal damage, but it will be some sort of damage there. But now, you know, the real benefactor here, Kevin Frey, he had actually gotten by Mangrum and was in the lead. And he's going to be the control car here for the restart. And he's already called out. He's going high. That'll put Lanford behind Mangrum, and Alan Martin will end up being on the outside behind the 82.
Kevin Frey has shown a lot of pace today, so I'm excited to see what he's able to do once he gets out front. Loving that paint job too. Really liking that.
Yeah, that's a nice paint scheme. I really like that too. Black
Air
rifle on the
Force.
car.
Yeah, black rifle covered in gold. Beautiful car.
All right, here we go. Pace car dives off. Here comes the restart. Into the restart zone we go. The 82 with a good jump. The 5 did not get a good jump, so just Frey getting that big run. Mangrum going to be pushing it on the inside. Lanford dives down underneath the 9. Mangrum gets to the quarter panel of the 82, and he will be side by side with Kevin Frey as they battle for the race lead once again. Mangrum, good run off of that corner, will put him on the point. 82 back to second. Lanford holding third strong. And Alan Martin in fourth. Finding some pressure from the 52. Happy trying to find his way back towards the front of the field. Happy looking for the full sweep of the week here in HVRL.
That would be wild. Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be crazy.
My time fielding.
As Bryce would put it, his head would get even bigger. I'd be happy for him, though. That'd be pretty cool.
Seems like Bryce is having some big-time issues with his car. Big-time damage, looks like, to the back of that 12. So unfortunate for him.
Yeah, suspension damage. I mean, you're just not able to turn that car in very well, control it the way you want, and it makes it a lot more difficult to make it around here.
And look at that, Kevin Frey able to get to the lead. Backed by Mangrum. And he's starting to stretch it out a little bit here. We'll see if he's able to continue to do so.
He's been loving the bottom, which we saw Bryce like the top. So definitely two viable lines.
I say Bryce did say that the bottom felt really good too. So he did run a handful of laps down there as well. So it is entirely possible that these lines are both able to make passes. I mean, it seemed like the bottom was making some more passes than the top, but all that momentum you're able to gain from the high line coming out of the corner it's valuable. So you gotta be able to make that high line work at times too.
Yeah, it makes the crossover a lot easier if you to make a crossover move going into the next corner, for sure.
It's like Lanford and Alan Martin getting ready to battle for third as well, but Lanford with that high line again, carrying that momentum off a corner exit, is able to hold a position for now. Happy trying to insert himself there, as is Mike Marini from sixth. So again, third to sixth, all battling for this position. And Lanford trying to hold them all off.
Scraping that wall just a little bit, really getting up there. Kyle Larsoning it.
Hey, whatever works.
Oh, absolutely. Works for him well. Yeah. Just with every bit of speed you can.
Happy into the inside there. He is really pushing to get by the 25. Those two teammates as well.
It's important to get every stage point you can. Makes a difference at the end of the season, especially going into the playoffs.
Yeah, we talked about how important the early season points were, but that's going to be the 52 getting by. And the 5 actually might be getting by the 25 as well. It's going to put Marini ready to challenge Lanford. The crossover from Lanford to the bottom he goes. Ooh, almost making contact with Martin.
Yeah, there are definitely some close moves. Kind of reminded me of that move that Kern made in Talladega on Monday.
Yeah.
Between two cars, but that was for wide. Couldn't do that here.
That's a little difficult to be doing that. You don't really want to be doing 3 wide anywhere here on this track. But Kevin Frey and Mangrum are going to go ahead and get by Mercado, the lap car now. These two still within striking distance of each other. You know, Mangrum's only 4/10 back from the race lead, so any kind of a bobble from Frey is going to give Mangrum a shot at the race lead again.
Yeah, and you know, props to Mercado for going to the high side and giving him plenty of room to get by him super easily, not hold these guys up from going at each other. So that was awesome from him.
Marini trying to chase down Martin, who's sitting in fourth, and Happy, who's in third, running the bottom. This battle, third to fifth now, is a very close one. Lanford actually fell off from these guys quite a bit, and he's getting chased down by Hudson. Hudson's only 0.6 behind the 25 you see there in the background.
All it takes is one little mistake and you can lose a lot of pace pretty fast.
Absolutely.
Wonder if getting into the wall that many times is kind of throwing him off a little bit. Made him a little nervous.
Well, it's also taking your momentum away, taking your rhythm away anytime you tap that wall.
Right, for sure.
Frey's actually extending the lead now, almost out to a full second over the 9 of Mangrum. And
I can tell he's just banging these laps out. He's super repetitive now. He's in his groove. He knows his line.
He's feeling good, I think, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's hunting that win. Only about, what, 10 more laps to go? 12 more laps to go?
Yeah, we're looking at about 13 laps. Coming to 12 laps right now until we are going to be going to the stage, and we'll make sure to close pits this time and not throw the yellow flag early.
Yeah, it's been cool to get a long enough green run to get into a little bit of lap traffic there. We'll see if he's able to catch up to anybody else. He's going to be coming up on Bryce here pretty soon, I think.
And Marini was able to get by both Martin and Happy for the third position. Those two also now battling for fourth. Martin holds it. Happy trying to find his way by. Hudson was able to get by Lanford. He's got Bryce Tucker right on his tail, the lap car. Lets Bryce go by. Try to follow the 11 up to the 52 as well. Here comes Frey going by the 12. Well, he's still battling him. Battling hard to try to stay on the lead lap is the 12.
I don't blame him, but at the end of the day, he'll get his lap back pretty soon when the stage comes out.
Well, potentially he will. Depends on what happens here the last few laps. I mean, we could be looking at Lanford potentially getting lapped.
That's true. That's true. Anything can happen.
And as quick as these laps tick away, you know, we're coming around 5 laps to go in the second stage. And right in front of the 82, you see there the 25. Lanford, as Frey dives out underneath the 25, he's going to go ripping by the 25, and Lanford will now be the first car a lap down. And we may not be done because he could still catch Hudson in these last 4 laps as well.
Yeah, he's just ripping around here. A ton of speed. He's up almost 4 seconds to Mangrum. That's crazy. That is crazy at a short track like this.
Yeah, he has gained a lot of time here.
Very impressive run from him.
We hit the right one this time.
Yay.
Pits are closed, two to stage. Ooh, Martin actually fell off of Happy. And now Hudson and Martin are battling for 5th. Bryce was able to get by Lanford.
It's big.
And Kevin Frey comes around. He will take the flag here.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
That
I'm going to
is
run from the 82.
the second stage. Why is it showing the white flag?
Just
That's what I'm wondering.
that is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I do not know. Hopefully they have the right amount of laps in there.
No, they are. It's showing the right session. I don't know what's going on there, though.
Wow, I just screwed up.
But yeah, Bryce being able to get himself around Lanford there to be the first one down to get the lucky dog, that's pretty big for him. Hopefully able to go back in and repair some more of his damage that he's gotten.
Will it EOL me if I go in pit now?
Did you make it to the commitment line?
Yeah.
No.
Boy, oh boy, though.
I'm still on the track.
Kevin Frey just lit on fire at the end of that stage, putting a massive time over CD Mangrum for that stage win. Huge, huge, huge.
I'm pretty
time
sure it will be a
saved.
40
We'll see
second
if-
hold if you go in now.
Okay.
Power. Stage 2.
Yeah, stage 2 goes to the 82.
Let's see.
We will grab him real quick. Kevin Frey, stage 2 winner. How you feeling about that second stage, other than missing pit road that time?
Yeah, way to put a damper on it. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, stage points, playoff point, those are important, and you know, hopefully you're able to make something happen here in this third stage. But how's the race gone so far for you? It seems like you were able to really drive through the field and get to the lead. So how you feeling about your race so far?
Pretty good. I don't know. I still got like 30 laps of gas left, so tires feel good still. Should be all right.
Hoping for a caution. But all right, we
Yes,
are
sir.
getting ready to go racing again though, so we will get you back down. I saw you were in the lobby with Hudson there, so good luck this third stage. Hopefully you get what you need.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
The laps tick away quickly here.
Yeah, they do. You don't have much time for an interview around here.
And Bryce did get the lucky dog, so he's back on the lead lap. We're going racing again here in this third stage.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out, and there we go. Kevin Frey gets a big jump once again. Happy, and Hudson getting into the wall there. He is able to get it locked down, I think. He's still got a little bit of a loose condition there for the 49, but that puts Happy up to second. Alan Martin in third. Mangrum, almost contact there between Mangrum and Martin. Mangrum able to get to the outside of the 5. Now to the outside of the 52 as well. Wild restart there from everybody, but Mangrum able to rip by the 52, and now Mangrum sets the sights. Oh, we saw it in the background. Martin hard to the inside. People checking up, and big wreck there, Mercado.
Right, you don't see people wrecking. Slow down.
And
Checking out for pit.
that
Checking up.
will be a caution, which is exactly what the 82 needed.
That's exactly what Kevin Frey was on before. It didn't take long for him to get it. Oh boy, what a wreck. Hopefully nobody else is taken out from that, but I'm afraid we might lose
Here he goes.
Mercado.
Down
I
pit.
mean, the whole field is wrecking. We got to slow down.
That's going to leave Mangrum out to the lead there, so.
Yeah, on my screen, I wish I was recording.
Yeah, that's big for him
Show
too.
you my point of view.
See if
Everybody's
he's able to
going
hold
straight.
on to it.
Next thing I know, you're right in front of
The
me.
pit strategy will come into play, of course, later on.
Lucky dog, lucky dog.
I'm sure they'll have to go at least once,
Look at
maybe
that,
even
look at
twice
that.
more before the end of this race.
At least once.
Can I pet that dog?
Yeah, at least. I'm not exactly sure what the fuel window was.
Yeah,
Probably
we
should
didn't.
have asked
We
that.
didn't really ask. So you know what we're going to do?
But
You know what we're going to
pull
do?
up somebody and ask.
We're going to grab Happy.
Oh yeah, Happy. He's had a good race so far. Up there in the top 2 now.
Hey, Happy. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man?
Well, we saw the mistake from Frey, and he's now back out on track, sitting in 4th. What's the fuel window looking like for these wonderful Cup cars at Bristol?
Can I get a VOL, please?
About 90.
About
so
90?
Fuel's not going to be, yeah, fuel ain't going to be an issue.
So we
I
got
might
one
skip
stop.
Tires. I skip tires that stage.
Don't say that too loud. You don't want everyone knowing you got one laying on pit road.
I do. So I'm just hoping to get another 20, 30 laps, get a caution, and I should be pretty good on
but I'm
most
a million
people's
laps
strategy. But we'll see how that goes. I have to not get lapped by these guys up here.
They're quick, man. They are quick.
3P.
Don't put that in the back of his head, Moser. Don't put that in the back of his head. He's already got it there. He's already got it.
No, I don't. I'm just trying to finish. Just finish, man. This is a tough track.
Drive to survive, my friend.
It's fine. It's just,
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll let you get back down there with your team. Good luck, and hopefully you don't get lapped.
All right.
Good luck, sir. Hope to see you here at the end.
He hopes.
Had to put it there. I don't know. I'm just saying.
He hopes to survive.
Ooh. Yeah.
But yeah,
Some
Mangrum.
bold strategy
Yeah,
as
sounds
always. He's always the one to test out strategies here at different races. It seems.
You know, for having to make that pit stop, Frey is in a great position right now. He is outside
He's on top.
row 2.
new tires.
He is
I'll be careful here.
right there. He's in striking distance of the 9. And Mangrum
Still high.
will have
Green.
the restart. That's going to be the 9 in the 82 jumping out in front. Marini stuck behind Happy, as is Lanford. And man, Marini almost gets into the 52 there. This one, the battle for third. There goes Lanford around the outside. Marini still stuck behind Happy. He's going to dive to the inside and say, see you later, Happy.
Yeah, kind of an unfortunate restart there. Looks like he got kind of caught up a little bit and kind of got a slow start to his restart. But like you said, he's not too worried about that. He just wants to save these tires.
Yeah, and these two at the front. There goes Frey, dive down to the inside. He's going to go ahead and complete the pass on Mangrum, putting Kevin Frey back into the lead. And that puts Lanford looking to try to race his way back onto the lead lap as well. He is right behind the race leader. Another caution would give him the lucky dog right now. He's trying to race his way the hard way by these guys. But Kevin Frey holds the lead. Mangrum still sitting in second. Don't look now. That Eternal Racing number 12 has found its way back to the top 3. He's trying to challenge for second now. And running the top side as well, so he's trying to gain that momentum. But here comes Lanford falling back to Mangrum. That's going to put a damper on the challenge for second for now, as these guys are going to have to navigate the lap traffic.
I got to give it to the 25 and the 12 for fighting their way back up and not giving up through this adversity and still putting on a good race with some damage that I'm sure they still have. Definitely still have a shot at the race, though, at the end. Still got a lot of race to go.
Yeah, I mean, Lanford's still a lap down, but he's still got a chance here to get a lucky dog or just maybe put himself in position with some penalties or something to maybe get himself back in a good spot and able to have a chance at the race. But right now, it's the Kevin Frey show. He's running away from Mangrum out to a 7.5 or almost 0.8 of a second lead over the second place car in the number 9. And there goes Marini challenging for third.
Masterclass tonight for him.
Marini and Bryce challenging each other for third, battling hard. And Marini able to complete the pass for that third position. Oh, Marini gets loose. Able to save it off the wall. That's going to give Bryce the third position, though. And a lot of time lost for the 45. Frey doing a good job of leading and keeping that car nice and clean out front to lead out over a second for second place. So he is starting to extend that as much as he can. Oh, and Lanford. Something happened to Lanford.
Uh-oh.
Not sure what happened. Said he crashed. Oh, Bryce. Bryce trying to get by him. Couldn't get by him, but Lanford with a hard shot to the inside. Not sure where he ended up with that, but he is falling back quickly, I'm sure. There goes Happy to the inside. He is getting lapped here already by Frey. That took 25, 30 laps.
Yeah. Not too long. Yeah, what a hard hit for Lanford there. I feel him for him. That's unfortunate. Ooh, hopefully not a race ender. That looked like a really hard hit.
Well, there is the 25. Lots of damage to the front of that car. And
Yeah.
now more contact with Mercado again. And now contact with the race leader as Frey gets contact from the lap car. And that's going to put him back to third as Mangrum jumps out to the lead.
Oh.
Navigating
At
lap
least, you know,
traffic.
saving that off the wall was crazy. That was a great move from Frey. That was some heads-up driving right there. Wow.
And he's quick, so he might be 2.2 back, but he has been able to run away from Mangrum and Bryce. Bryce has actually chased down Mangrum, and he's in a position to come back to the lead. And now Lanford.
It's okay.
Lanford gets out of the way of the 9 and the 12.
Wrong babbling car.
Yeah, I wouldn't count Frey out at all yet. I mean, he's been looking so fast. He'll make his way back up there and contend for the win at the end of this thing, I have no doubt. Super impressive to keep that off that inside wall. Wow.
I'm wondering how much damage he's got. Doesn't look like he's got a terrible amount of damage on the front of that car, so should be fine. He's got to find his way by the 25 here again. And this time Lanford gets out of the way and lets him by. Look at the nose of the 25 right now.
He's a little dinged up.
I mean, he's got that front splitter off the ground, but now we got a challenge for the lead. Didn't even notice this before as Bryce has a shot to get by Mangrum back into the lead, and they're going to go 3 wide with Happy.
I can't believe you did that.
How in the world did they make that work?
That's just racing.
Be right at Bristol, baby.
I'm up in the booth. And that was crazy, guys. Good pass.
That was wild. I did not expect that to come tonight, and
it-
cleanly too. Like,
and it worked.
Not even a scratch.
Yeah, I mean, they made it work. And Bryce finds his way to the lead.
Yeah, I don't think I breathed for like 5 laps right there.
Yeah.
I don't think I breathed for 5 laps. Yeah, that's a code brown for sure. I can tell you that much. If it was me,
That was crazy.
If I'm in
What's
Happy's
some
position,
racing?
that's a code brown for Happy too. Holy cow!
Yeah, just imagine he gets scared at Talladega, and then he sees Bryce come up on him again, and then they split and make it 3 wide at Bristol. I mean, man.
Happy coming down pit road. I think he's trying to change his drawers and get some tires.
Yeah. Definitely some tires, and they're gonna hand him some new Fruit of the Looms in through the pit window there.
And here comes the 82 by the number 9 up into the second position. Frey is right there ready to strike on the race leader.
Came back about as fast as I thought he would.
Took him a few laps to get the tires cooled down, I think, is really what it came down to. But then these guys got battling for the lead, and that's going to allow the 82 back in the battle, back in the fight for this lead.
Yeah, if I had to put money on the race now, it's going on the 82 for me.
He's been quick. He has been very fast.
Yeah. I mean, Bryce has been solid all night. He fought his way all the way back up after that early race incidents and some damage, and he's fought his way back up to the lead. So I mean, I wouldn't count him out either for sure. I mean, he's had pace, and CD is always there too.
And there's the battle for the lead now as Frey is on the inside. These guys battling furiously for the race lead. Bryce doing a good job of holding it down. Able to keep that momentum on the high side. Still side by side a few laps later. Mercado right in front of these guys. Oh, Mercado gonna get involved, and he's gonna be on the high side. That's gonna allow Frey to get by. The 82 to the lead. And Mercado did nothing wrong there. There's nothing he could have done. He was where he could be. Stay out of the way.
They tried to pull another Sean Happick on him.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to do that.
No,
just saying.
yeah. They're just innocent bystanders, and hey, when you're fighting for the lead, you got to do what you got to do. You got to get by those lap cars as fast as possible. That's short track racing.
It is, and now you're looking back for third and fourth. Hudson closing in on the podium right now as Mangrum holds that third position. These guys are going to battle side by side now for third. They're going to have, I believe, Mercado in front of them. No, they got Bryce right in front of them. I was thinking Mercado was involved in that, but I think he's already behind these guys. Hudson does make the pass, though. Now he's got his sights set for P2, as he is already there on Bryce.
Yeah, Hudson's been solid all night, was super great in practice, and he's fought his way back up again, too. I mean, these guys are putting on a good show of what it takes to come back from getting mixed up in some mischief, coming way back up and being a contender for the podium. It's crazy. It's super awesome to see.
He's gotten himself up to second. Frey still in the lead. The gap from first to second is just over 1 second. Still having to navigate lap traffic as he comes up on the fifth place car and the tail end of the lead lap of Mike Marini. Marini going to go down a lap now to the 82. Hudson will try to get by the 45. Oh, he gets run up the track. There goes Lanford down pit road. Happy got by him for position. Bryce and Mangrum. Bryce going to be getting ready to go by Marini here. Mangrum will be right behind him.
Yeah, it's crazy to see that Sean hitting for those tires under green flag conditions. He went 4 laps down because of it. So yeah, it pays a lot. Or I'm sure some people are out there hoping that a yellow comes soon so they can fuel up.
Yeah, anybody that still has to make a stop here, it's a lot of time spent on pit road. Wilder gets out of the way of the race leader, but he's got Happy breathing down his neck trying to find his way by, and Frey will wisely let the 52 by to get one of those laps back. And I think Happy can make it to the end here.
Yeah, he should have enough. If it's truly 90, I think he should
You're good. I'm in the same
comfortably
boat.
be within, because he hit it around the tail end of 160s. So he'll have a nice cushion.
And if he's able to make this work, he might be in the catbird seat here for the strategy call. He doesn't have to pit again. He could really make this work and maybe put himself in a position to win the race.
Yeah, definitely. And he's got tires sitting in the bank, so we'll see if that plays a factor too.
I don't think he's the only one sitting on tires.
No, I definitely don't think so either. I haven't been able to watch pit road very well, but knowing these guys and how experienced they are with these cars, it wouldn't surprise me if some of them have gone on a two set strategy so far and have at least one and is still sitting in the pit road.
Don't look now. We thought this was the 82's race to win. Joe Hudson closes that gap down to 2/10. He is there, ready to challenge for the lead again.
Seems to be keep coming back to these two.
Hello.
They're at practice and they're there now.
These guys with a good battle down the backstretch. But it is going to be Hudson to the lead now.
Always fun to see these guys battle it out in the Coliseum.
That it
Especially
is.
when there's, multiple people in play. Doesn't seem to be, like we said, Frey's race to lose, but now see other people coming in that are looking fast too.
I mean, these two were the fastest in practice. So it's not super surprising to see them near the front.
Oh, for sure not.
Hudson has been very fast, though. He worked his way through the field. He chased down Kevin Frey and now extended the lead out to about 3/10.
Look at how far they are ahead of Bryce. They got about what?
Almost
5 second lead now.
Yeah, almost 5-second lead over P3.
They'll be halfway down a straightaway before he even comes out. Not even more. Frey's staying with him though.
Yeah, Frey is staying with him. I was going to say Lanford has retired the car. He's put that one into the garage for the evening. So
unfortunate, but with the amount of damage I saw on the front of his car, I'm sure it wasn't handling very well.
Frey
unfortunate able to see another drop out.
But now Frey has gotten back by Hudson. This is a great battle for the race lead. And now Marini going to be stuck on the bottom here and is going to impact this. And never mind, Hudson coming down pit road here. Never mind, here comes the strategy. Here comes the pit cycle. That leaves Frey out in the race lead. Got to imagine he's going to be close behind. He can't be too much farther. Well, he did pit after the caution. That is actually, I just thought of that. So he might be able to go a few more laps and only take, a little bit less fuel. So we'll see what happens here. Hudson, the only one down pit road right now for the lead lap cars. Oh! Big contact with the leader.
Uh-oh.
I'm broken.
He's broken. Oh, no. Wilder gets loose underneath of Frey, and now Frey's car is totaled. He's got a broken race car. Down pit road he comes. That leaves Bryce in the lead here now with Mangrum.
Oh, I'm heartbroken for Frey. Oh, Wilder was what, 30 laps down?
Something like that, yeah.
He had a super damaged race car. I mean, he was given plenty of space, but he just, I mean, his race car was not doing well. You could say it was heavily damaged.
Here comes Bryce down pit road. Mangrum is staying out this time.
And oh man, I knew there was going to be twists and turns. That was one I did not have in the books. Oh.
Here comes Hudson to the inside of Mangrum getting a lap back, and that's going to put him back on the lead lap.
That's big for him.
Yeah, so he's able to stay ahead of Happy as well. So that means he is now in a position where he could be potentially scot-free and have a chance at winning this race.
He'll be net leader because CD, I believe, still has to pit for fuel, I'm sure, before the end of this, right?
He does. He does still have to pit for fuel, and his lap times are drastically slower than that of the 49. So Hudson will be closing quickly for the full race lead here. But Bryce is 8 seconds behind Hudson, so that battle is not really a battle as far as that goes. Marini coming down pit road. Mangrum should be coming shortly, I would imagine. Unless he's trying to stretch it to the end, but I can't imagine that's the case.
I don't see it happening. If he hasn't, I don't know when the last time he got fuel is, but I don't remember him going down pit road, so I'm sure he's gonna have to eventually.
I think he got
especially
fuel at stage break.
With everybody having newer tires too, he's just out there losing tons of time.
Here he
you see
goes.
how faster these guys are.
He just called pitting this time by, so here goes the number 9 down onto pit road.
Thank you for announcing that.
Not surprising.
And that's going to allow Hudson around to the race lead. Here he goes. 49 back to the point.
Wow.
Bryce will go by Mangrum there as well for P2. Mangrum getting himself some tires and fuel, and Happy should be chasing down Mangrum here. Is he going to be able to hold him off? No, here he comes down. Ooh, down pit road, maybe. Not sure what happened there, but Happy stuck on the barrels. We caught that just as I was switching to him. He's caught on the barrels, and he's having to come down pit road. That's going to put Mangrum in a good spot to come away third.
Who's role-playing the pace car at Phoenix.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. The laps, though, ticking away. Bryce is closing the gap to Hudson. I think it was 8 seconds or so earlier on. Now Bryce down to about 4 seconds. So he is closing.
Yeah, that tire difference is massive. Even a few laps might give him the difference there. We'll see. I'm sure once he actually catches up to Hudson, though, he's going to give him a pretty good fight. He'll be battling for the lead, I have no doubt. Crazy to think only 2 cars are still on the lead lap.
That's what happens when you've got these short laps.
Yep, oh, 100%. Poor Sean, though. That's going to put him farther down after all that hard work to make some of those laps back.
Oh, my bad. Thank you for not killing me.
All good.
Mercado and Bryce may have had a little bit of a kerfuffle there, but Bryce able to get by Mercado, no problems at all. He's still chasing down the leader. The gap now under 3 seconds. Not much time left here, Moser, though. There's 28 laps remaining.
Yeah, we're getting down to we're getting close to that 25 lap mark, and once we hit that, these guys are going to be getting hungry to get that checkered flag.
It is crunch time.
Yeah. Because 25 laps, I mean, that's like 9 minutes.
If we stay green, it's not very long.
Nope, absolutely.
Bryce is coming so fast. He is within 2 seconds now. He is moving around Bristol right now, chasing down the race leader.
Yeah, my man is schmoovin'. I don't know if Hudson has his relative on, and if he's seeing the freight train that's about to come up on him, but hopefully he's ready.
You better be ready for that number 12 Toyota, because he is moving quick, and getting to the lead is priority number 1 for the 12.
Makes me think of that meme from the Witch Mountain, you know, when they look back in the back seat and they see something coming and they start screaming at each other. It's about to be Hudson.
The gap's still closing,
Ugh.
but it is a little bit slower now. Maybe Hudson starting to pick it up now that he sees how close Bryce has gotten.
Yeah, or the tires are starting to more equal out.
Yep, also possible.
Bryce has used up all of his tires trying to get up to him, and now they're kind of equaling out. Yeah. But it'd be really cool to see a new race winner here in the Cup Series.
Happy went ahead and got by Mercado for the 5th position. Still trying to chase down Marini. Another lap between those two, though, so I don't think we're going to be looking at any change for the 4th position at this point. Maybe. 10-second gap between those two.
The top 5 is still mighty fine, though. And with the group of guys we got here and how experienced they are, that's nothing to gawk at. I mean, that's a pretty nice finish for Sean Happy, who as always says that he doesn't have high expectations, but somehow he always seems to end up in the top ranks. Not trying to make his head bigger, but you know.
Moser, look at the gap starting to grow now. Hudson has turned it on. He has the tire. I feel like he's got the tire advantage now.
Yeah, I feel that. And he's, like I said, yeah, like Bryce, I think, just used every bit of his tires to try and claw his way back. And you saw how fast he was going, but I mean, eventually those tires are just the advantage is just going to be gone. And yeah, you see Hudson, who's just been putting solid lap times down. Now he's starting to put the heat on. And I mean, I'm looking at him, and I mean, his laps are identical. I mean, he's in that rhythm. He's got that groove. He's in the trance. I mean, he's just putting them down lap after lap. And that's what you got to do when you're in the lead. I mean, he's a machine right now.
Yeah, he's extended that out to 3 seconds with 15 laps to go. Like you said, just kind of in that trance. That's exactly what you need to do if you're in this race lead. Hope for no yellows, get in that trance, and just kind of run away with it. And he is extending it now out to 3.6. So in the span of about 5 or 6 laps, maybe 7 laps, he's grown that lead over 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds, and now it's even farther out, over 4 seconds. So he is definitely got the tire advantage now.
Yeah, he's feeling some kind of way. He's moving. He's schmoving. Which is good. I mean, that's great. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see, being that driver. I mean, he's kind of out on his own island right now, it seems.
Kind of took a look at Bryce.
It's about to get to go.
Yeah, took a quick look at Bryce to see what he had going on around him. He had Happy going by him. Happy trying to chase down Marini still. That gap down underneath 8 seconds, approaching the 7-second mark. So he's trying to chase down P4. Meanwhile, 10 laps to go here. Hudson just ticking them away, trying to get through it as quickly as possible.
And when you were around Bryce, you know, you saw the difference in the lines that they're running, where Hudson is starting up high, slowly moving down to apexing, and then coming out smoothly and getting up to that wall, whereas Bryce seems to be running more that high line right now. So definitely some differences, and I don't know if that's just because his tires are out and he needs to run that high line to try and save what he has left on them, so to keep control of it. But Hudson's able to put it down there every lap, it seems.
As he comes around, he's going to be coming to 6 laps to go.
That heart's pumping. You don't want to see that yellow flag come out.
He wants to see the white flag. That's the next flag he wants to see. He's got the green right now. He wants to see the white flag.
He wants to see that checker. Yeah. But yes, the white flag, I mean, you know, he wants to see anything but a yellow. So far, everybody's doing a pretty good job of keeping her clean and just lugging these last couple laps and getting through this monster 250 lap race.
I don't know what happened, but it said Wilder crashed.
Oh.
No
I thought
yellow.
he went out.
No, Wilder's still here. No yellow.
Oh, he is
though.
still there. Oh, I thought he went out after that crash with Frey. Oh man.
He's still out there chugging away on the laps. Hudson wisely gets out of the way of Frey. 3 laps to go. He wants nothing to do with any of the lap cars. He's going to let them all go by. I would bet money 2 to go this time around.
Yeah, I still feel so bad for Frey though.
Good win, Joe.
Doing so good.
And
Most unfortunate.
quickly looking right ahead of him, this is a battle for 4th. Happy has chased down Marini.
Oh.
White flag
One right.
in the air. Happy.
I can save tire everywhere
A
but Bristol.
great battle here. They're going to have one more time around. Marini trying to hold him off.
Sorry, 82. My bad completely.
As Hudson has won the race. Bryce will bring it home in second.
Short track racing.
Mangrum will come home third. This is the battle for 4th. Happy has taken over 4th. He will finish in the 4th position with Marini coming home P5. A great run for Happy to get back to that 4th spot.
Yeah, that's crazy. What a run. What a just chugging to get by to make up
Good
that
win, Hudson.
10-second gap. That's crazy.
I'm-
How about Hudson?
I hate
Wow.
the track.
What an awesome last run for him to make his
Not
way all the way
anymore.
back up to the front. Awesome race for him.
Top
Awesome
3
race for
up
Bryce, too.
to the broadcast waiting room when you get a moment. Go ahead and burn it down, Joe.
I'm not a burnout guy.
That happens.
What a great race.
What a
So
great
What
many
happened to 82?
ups
Did
and
you get a
downs.
Pit road spinning, speeding?
And as I expected, pretty much every track on
Nah, it
there,
was
I think
a-
had
another
damage,
big
but
dip on the
Hudson's actually looks
25.
pretty clean,
He got
honestly.
wrecked
I don't
twice.
think he
One
really
time
has
with
any
the
damage at
25,
all. I don't think he got
the
hit.
other one by the-
Yeah, Joe's car did look pretty good, so not really sure if he had any kind of issues there, but yeah. Overall, a good race. 2 cars on the lead lap at the end is crazy, but that's what you get with a track like Bristol. So
Yeah. I'm not super surprised with a little bit of a, 13 cars, a little bit of a smaller field. And I mean, but it was still so fun to watch even with 13.
yeah,
No shortage of action.
lots of action, lots of contact with drivers, and overall
Yeah.
a fun one.
Getting in you there.
Some heartbreak for some drivers though, for sure.
Yeah, Frey had contact there, and unfortunate for him, he had a shot at the win. He ends up coming home P7. So
Mercado kind of got bounced around like a basketball a few times.
he did.
Landon, he
Lanford,
kind
yeah.
of had Lanford, yeah. Lanford kind of got bumped around a little bit too and had front end damage and had to retire. Eugene Hawk got taken out too. So definitely some guys that didn't have as good of an experience, but still a very fun race. And hey, that's Bristol, baby, as we say it.
Yep. So we got our top 3 waiting and ready for us. So let's go into some driver interviews. We'll start with our 3rd place finisher, CD Mangrum. CD, back-to-back podiums here in the Cup Series. How you feeling about that race tonight?
I feel good. Top 3 at one of my, I wouldn't say worst tracks, but average track. Didn't really have much practice coming into it. Just didn't have a good long run car. Didn't really help there towards the end. With stage 3, there's a lot going on. I was probably like 8 or 10 lap worse tires than the leaders there at the end. Just didn't have the long run car before, and certainly wasn't going to have much there. But just kind of hoping for a caution there before that last pit stop. That was really my only option. But I'll take a top 3 here any day of the week for sure.
Yeah, and you had some good battles there. You had a battle with Bryce. You had battles with Kevin Frey. And really, it was just a all-around good race for you. I mean, you had some battles all over the track. I mean, with lapped cars, with not lapped cars, and you had some good pace. Like you said, it seemed like the short run was definitely your friend, yeah?
Yeah, short run. We got to the front, led some laps, got some those under the belt. It's always good to lead laps here at Bristol. But I mean, short run, yeah, we could have maybe done something. I was trying to manage the tires, just haven't really figured that out yet here at Bristol. So, but yeah, we'll take it. I don't know what's next. But
Sonoma.
we'll Sonoma.
Sonoma
We're
road
road racing.
course.
All right. Well,
How
should
do
be
you feel
another
about
good
road
one.
racing?
I like it.
Pretty good. Oh, that's good.
That's
That's good.
good. That's good.
So
So,
haven't really raced. There's a few guys I've raced on road courses in here, but majority of the field I haven't before. But I'm sure it'll be a good race as well.
all right.
Yeah,
Anybody you
awesome.
want to
Yeah,
shout out
you've been.
before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to GTR Jose, the team owner. I think we got what third, sixth, seventh, something like that. So good day. I know Chewy got involved. Hunter got involved in some stuff very early on, but shout out to the team, the admins, broadcast. Shout out to the fans for tuning in. I hope they enjoyed the action tonight.
All right. We will get you out of here. Third place, CD Mangum. Congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
Congrats, buddy. Nice run.
And
Super consistent driver.
Super consistent driver. We'll talk about another super consistent driver. How's that sound? How about the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine? You had an incident earlier on in the race that sent you to the back, put you down a lap, and you were able to claw back and have a good battle there with CD. And then seemed like Hudson and Frey had the cars to beat, but you were able to come home P2. How you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, all in all, I'll take it. It was definitely a roller coaster of a race. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm gonna go back and watch what happened there at the beginning. But yeah, dude, I feel like I couldn't get away from incidents tonight. I mean, it's Bristol. I know we're all memeing about being short track racing, but there's so little room here, and everybody's fighting for every inch. And I got hooked up with Bryce there, and then I got hooked up with I think Eugene got into me, and then I had an incident with Colton as well, and it just it was a roller coaster, but I mean, I'll take a P2. But yeah, Joe and Frey there were definitely the class of the field. Man, they had the long run cars and it showed. I mean, I closed a second or a 7 second gap to Hudson there at the end, and then he opened it right back up. So I mean, he knew what he was doing, and yeah, props to them guys, man. They were quick.
It seemed like the tire advantage fell away was kind of what it was, and maybe he was saving, and that's why he was able to open it back up. But yeah, the difference was definitely late in that run. I mean, we were watching the gap just fade away, and then all of a sudden it started to grow and grow, and then it was growing quicker and quicker. So, but yeah, like you said, a P2. I mean, nothing to shy away from for you, and it's good point stay for our points leader. So
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about that. He was. I mean, we were talking about it. Like, had we gotten a late race yellow, I probably would have won that race. He was even saying that he did not have a short run car, and he had a one hell of a long run car, and that's exactly what it was. He was telling me that. I mean, he was lifting about midway of the straightaway, so that makes sense. And I had a feeling that was going to happen. I really was just banking on a caution, but he played his cards right. He had another set of tires as well. So we would have battled out at it at the end, but I mean, again, he was the car to beat. Him and Frey, and unfortunately, what happened there with Frey, but nonetheless, yeah, I mean, P2 and some stage points, I'll take it.
all right, anybody want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to thank the wife for allowing me to spend the time and money that I do. Shout out to all the guys over at Eternal Racing for all their support, and thank you for Triple Stint for hopping on the car and supplying us with some badass gloves. You can cook a minute rice in 58 seconds if you wear them. Shout out to iStats as well. It's a tracking bot for iRacing. It shows you a whole bunch of cool stats. You know, your overall I rating, shows you everything, man. Fastest lap times of the week, average times. It's just a lot of cool iRacing information that you have to look really hard to find elsewhere. So shout out to all those guys again for all their support and hopping on the car with us. And shout out to you guys up in the booth and, all the work you guys do as admins and broadcasters. It's not easy. And especially with all the chaos that we had tonight, I'm sure you guys were bouncing around the cars as much as we were bouncing around the wall. So again, thanks to you guys for, all you do. And of course, all the other admins for all their kick-ass work that they do this season. Despite all the conflicts and some of the criticisms, I think everybody does a damn good job at what they do. And I'm stoked to share such an awesome position with everybody in here. So shout out to all you guys, and then of course shout out to all the drivers on track, man, for showing up each and every week. And can't really do a league if you don't have people to drive with. So I know the field was a little bit less tonight. I think that's just due to Bristol, but again, all the drivers did one hell of a job, and I couldn't be more happy to race with this group of guys. So just shout out to everybody.
All right, yeah, we're glad to have everybody We'll echo that sentiment. Absolutely. Without you guys and racing, and we wouldn't be doing this. So we appreciate all of you. So, all right, Bryce, we will get you out of here, and we'll grab our race winner, number 49 of Joe Hudson, class of the field, fastest in practice, and you definitely showed it here late in this race with the long run speed you had in your car. How you feeling about your first race win here in the Cup Series?
Oh, that's caps off a great week. Happy, always happy to win. So it was a good race. Uh, Real happy to see it go green there on that last stage. So we definitely could save a little bit more tire. It's really hard to watch them drive away from you about the first 30 or 40 laps, but it pays dividends there at the end. So good job by everybody, and I'm can't wait to go watch the broadcast. I'm sure y'all were spot on as always. So just a good night.
Yeah, and you definitely had the speed to reel him back. That's something we noticed very early on. You know, the restarts, we saw you fall away a little bit, and then you were able to just reel back and claw back into good positions each and every time that you had those long runs. So it was a good job of being able to save the tires for you.
Yeah, been real fortunate to race. I race pretty much every night of the week. I have no life. So we ran a cup car here a little while ago, and just really learned from a lot of guys that they lift real early, roll the bottom of the corner, and get on the gas late, and then we were like 2 seconds from getting lapped one night, and then 30 laps later we were in the lead. So it just really rolling the bottom saves the tires. I know you can rip the high side and make some good time, and it was pretty scary watching Bryce come back from like 6 seconds to then the relative down always to a second, and then but he had fallen off a lot in the race, and I was just trying to run around 15 flat. I figured if I could do that, I'd be in good shape. So it all worked out.
Yeah, I wondered about that. I made a comment in the broadcast about if you're looking in your relative, you're seeing him come up fast and how that must feel. But yeah, you were able to come. It seemed like out of nowhere sometimes you just appear and have so much speed. So it was awesome to see you take the win today.
Yeah, you look like a hero when you were able to get in the gas and not lift, and they're having to wait and wait and wait, plowing the front end. I mean, it really makes you look good. I wasn't that much faster. They just slowed down a lot more.
All right, well,
I'd love to say I was a rocket and it was just flying, but they just slowed down a lot more than I did.
Hey, that's sometimes that's what you need to do, honestly. So congratulations on the win. Anybody you'd like to shout out here, Joe?
Oh, I just you guys for doing the broadcast. Like I said, I go back and watch it. It's awesome. You guys do a great job, and everybody for putting the league on. Our numbers were down a little bit tonight, but maybe we'll be at I don't know. I think it's Sonoma next week. So
it is.
Yeah.
That's those tracks don't generally draw a lot of people, but we will. I guarantee you it'll be a lot of elbows and buttholes out there. It won't be pretty.
All right. We will let you get going. Congratulations on the win and locking yourself into the playoffs.
All right, sir. You guys, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next Friday.
Sounds like a plan, my friend. But all right, Mr. Moser, let's go quickly over the race results here.
Yeah.
And take a look at what everybody did and how everybody finished. We talked the top three: Hudson, Fontaine, and Mangrum finishing in the top three. Happy with a heck of a charge back from a couple of laps down behind Marini. He comes back to storm into fourth place. Marini ends up in P5. Jose Mercado comes home in the sixth position. Kevin Frey with that unfortunate contact with the lapped car. He'll bring it home P7. Wilder in the 99 comes home in eighth. 52 laps down, but holy cow, he was able to keep it out on the track and able to take away some of the spots of the guys in front of him who were unfortunately having terminal damage. Those including Colton Lanford, Bryce Tucker, Alan Martin, Eugene Hawk, and Hunter Young. All those guys, a lot of laps down this evening. But again, those laps tick away pretty quickly, so it doesn't take long before you're a few laps down.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, it was great racing all around tonight. Couple hiccups, but those are expected at short tracks like this. And it was a blast to call and have fun with you as always, sir. Always a pleasure.
That it was. And next week we do go to Sonoma. We got 55 laps on the big road course there next Friday. And then Sunday, round 2 of the truck playoffs begins. And we've got Michigan on tap there. Round 2 of the Xfinity playoffs is also on tap for the following Monday. Those guys will be going to Texas. That will be the third time we've seen Texas so far this season in high velocity racing leagues. So yeah, it'll be a battle in the Lone Star State there and battle up north for the trucks. So we will catch you guys on this Sunday for the Truck Series race. For everybody here behind the scenes at High Velocity Racing League, we will see you next week. This weekend, Sunday.
Yep.